What's up, guys? I am finally back. We are back with the YouTube and the TikToks. Yes, I'm back from out of town. I was going to do it while I was out of town. I had the gear for it, but I was missing the mic. I got to use a dynamic mic for these sessions instead of a condenser because my computer is super duper loud. But I digress. We are back. If you're wondering what this is, it's the circle of fifths. Maybe we should do a video on that later. But we're listening to music for sync licensing purposes. Now, the only caveat, the rules are simple. We listen to about a minute, maybe a minute 30, because that's all people are normally going to give the time of day for a song for sync. And I give you a critique, whether that be from a mixing standpoint, an arrangement standpoint. These are really cool and fun to do. We are going to be doing this on more of a producer basis of things. So keep that in mind. If you want to submit, you can always submit through the Discord. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're on YouTube, you can actually see where all this stuff is. There we go. Set that up there. And so without further ado, let's go to the channel, which is under live feedback submissions. I got like 2 weeks worth, so we're going to be gunning through these today. Let's see here. I'm looking for the magic emoji that I leave on all of them. What's going on, TikTok? How are you guys? If you have any questions while we're doing this, here it is. Let me know. I'm happy to help. But what we got right now is Wilso wants to see what's going on with this track Lost. I think that's where we left off before. Let me just double check to make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Cool. Chilling. So we're gonna start with Wilso first. This one's called Lost. What up, security? It's a little hot. There we go. Appreciate the likes, guys. Okay, this is a bop. This is dope. I like this. Wilso, the only thing I would recommend is maybe get to the point faster. It took maybe 20 seconds to get into the actual song. Normally, a music supervisor might skip around. I didn't want to do that because I want to disrespect your art. It sounds good. So I would definitely, what's up, security? I don't know if you heard me during the music. But what I would do is shorten the intro. You got a lot of stuff going on for you as far as with the mix is concerned. So nothing, no problem, no harm there. The other thing that I would probably recommend that you do with this is maybe add some ear candy. And outside of that, like, this sounds really, really dope. Jess, what's up? How are you? Awesome. We're getting everybody in now. We are finally back with the music feedback. We will be closing the Discord soon. So make sure you jump in. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we'll keep this up. I'm not sure. We're trying to figure out how to build some systems here, and the Discord's really, really fun. I hope everyone's getting value from this stuff. We're gonna keep moving here. Oh, Will, so the other thing I would recommend that you do is make sure you use a streaming link next time, just to get into the habit, because music supervisors like to use streaming links. The Discord is in the link in bio. Come through, join. It's free to submit. We're just listening and trying to provide value. Hopefully it helps. Let's do it again. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. MEU. He's got 2 links here. We'll probably come back to the second one. But great job on the SoundCloud. Here we go. Okay. Okay, MEU with Space Funk. I think this could work for sync if you added a different, if you added some more harmonic elements. That meaning, or not necessarily harmonic elements, melodic elements. That's what I'm trying to say. Just for the fact that if I did a needle drop between this minute and 30, it would sound the exact same. You added a pad, which is cool. Because we don't want it to feel like a loop, because when it starts to feel like a loop, the music doesn't sound as expensive as I know you can make it, right? And if we're going for the big bucks here, we need to make sure that stuff sounds expensive. So work on your arrangement just a little bit. You want stuff changing every 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 bars. With slower stuff, I like to change it a little more often, just so that you can continue to capture attention. As far as your listeners are concerned. Thanks so much for sending likes, guys. I really, really appreciate it. If I'm offering any value, share this live and like and follow and subscribe if you're on YouTube. We're streaming at the same time. And these are all, we've done 7 of these. So we've done 7 weeks of feedback. These are all recorded and saved forever on YouTube. So if I get to your track and you missed it for some odd reason, you can go through the lives and they're all there. Awesome. For movies, every 8 bars. I'm sorry, did I say seconds? I meant measures of music. Every 8 bars. When you create some of your tracks, I see you, Jess. We're just listening to different tracks for feedback. Not sure what specific genre you should put. You should start with that's why I like sync licensing, because normally you have some type of direction that a library or an agent is asking for, and so you make within that wheelhouse. Yeah, come through. I do one-on-one sessions on how to get started. Your best bet is to go through music libraries. It's the lowest barrier to entry. From there, you can start pitching to music supervisors and sync agents. I talk about strategies for that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, book a call. How many bars for a track? I mean, normally I try to do 4 to 8 for sync, but I mean, you should do that in general. How many bars in total? Depends. Let's move on though. Let's see here. Emmy, I'm going to come back to you. You got 2 of them here, and I want to make sure I get into everybody else. Kaz, let's see what you got, bro. He said I could really use some feedback for this song. It's not a genre I'm familiar with, so I want to know what y'all think. All right, dope. Let's check it out. Actually, no. We're going to play the full thing on Spotify because I want to hear the intro. All right, where we at? There we are. Okay. Switch to halftime. That was interesting. Cool. Always great to be different. I just joined. How do I submit a track? I don't like using the word beat. It sounds cheap. If you look on the YouTube, there is a live feedback session channel on the Discord. Submit there. But back to the feedback. Kaz, this sounds cool. I think that you are doing yourself a disservice if you're not going to add the add formant shifting to your voice, because it's present, it's there, you can hear it, it's very, very clear, great for the mix. But it sounds like it's on top of the beat. Okay, so for instance, when you want your music or your vocals to kind of be at the forefront, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they're not overpowering everything else, because then it doesn't sound like it's a cohesive song. You see what I'm saying? It just sounds like someone that recorded over it. So you want to have it in the track and not on top of it. But using formant shifts and stuff like that is definitely helpful when you add lyrics to a house or a bounce track like this. You can look at different references for that. Like Dua Lipa does it all the time. Adding some extra reverb to your voice is going to give it that larger than life sound as well, if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I think that your lyrics work for sync because it's not super duper specific, which is extremely helpful. Jess, I saw your question. I would recommend jumping into GarageBand first, then Logic afterwards, because at least with GarageBand, you can be a sample-based producer and still do some stuff on MIDI before you get into Logic with all the plugins and all that kind of stuff. It's harder to mix in GarageBand. I would say if they're really into like learning how to not just produce but engineer, start with Logic. If it's not accessible, the Discord link is it says join Discord link producer tribe. Hold on, let me check real quick. Let me check, because somebody else already jumped in. I need some waiting music. I think it's there. It's the big orange button that looks like a speaker. What up, what up, what up, what up? Do you think that sync licensing with be saturated in the near future, or is it already? Nope, it's not. Type that in one of my videos. I will do a personal video answering that question. Why? There's a huge reason why. Let's check here. I'm just making sure that the link is actually still active. It's there. It's the third link down on my bio. So check it out. All right, let's move. Let's keep moving here. Amarillo sound. Excellent. This one's called In the Moment. All right, open on Spotify because we want to give all the credits. Give me the credits. There we go. A very wide piano. The food's ready. Okay, thank you. Very cool. I wonder, Brian, let me know if you're in here, if you record the drums like from an actual drum set, because they sound really really nice and real, which is cool. You can hear Google using this. I was going to say like maybe in a more of a movie or cinematic sequence, but yeah, it could definitely be used in an ad as well for sure. Yeah, they actually sound like a set. I was gonna, yeah, exactly. Which is dope. Like, recording drums is a nightmare. I've never done it before. I don't plan on ever doing it. It's a lot of extra overhead mics and noise bleed that I'm not used to. Not saying that it wouldn't be interesting to kind of learn how to do, but like, it just seems very daunting. But outside of that, the only thing I would suggest as far as with arrangement with this is to just make the intro shorter. Because like you have a bunch of moments in the moment of your song. I would just make sure that things have to roll along. This song is 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Most sync songs that I see are no more than 90 seconds to maybe 120. So food for thought. Keep that in mind. If you had a shorter version of this, it would be totally doable for sync. Nice job. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so we got Prod Rhino in the house. I think we did we do his last time? Oh, mastered with a preset. Okay. Let's try, I think we did Rhino last time, but I think we listened to a different one. Let me double check here. Oh, while I'm going through this, let me go through some of these questions. I see you guys in here. I think Jess had a question earlier. Oh, if you have stuff on Pond 5, can you market it? You'd have to figure out what Pond 5's agreements are. When in doubt, just make more music, because if you don't know if you can sell it, you probably can't. As far as like pitching it to other libraries, unless it's a non-exclusive deal. So there's non-exclusive and there's exclusive, where exclusive, no one else can touch it. Like they own it for that publishing period or term. Non-exclusive, you can give it to as many other non-exclusives as you want, and everybody kind of spreads your seed. So food for thought. How did I get started with licensing tracks? I started licensing tracks through music libraries. That is the easiest way to do it. There's a list of like 150 of them in my bio. If you guys are interested, I will be giving away 30 libraries to pitch to as well very, very soon. I think we're going to do like not a webinar, but like a live session like this. And I'm just going to talk about sync. I think it'd be helpful for everybody. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me see. Any other questions before we go to the next one? The last SoundCloud link today. Okay, we haven't even gotten to today, so it's all good. Oh wait, hold on a second. Alan, are you sure? Alan, I think we just played yours, bro. We just played Kaz. Brian, we just played Brian's. So we'll get to yours. Long and short version of each. Yeah, that's totally doable. You took the exclusive deal? Oh yeah, you definitely just make more music. Because you can't use those for music libraries. Yeah, just when in doubt, you can't be. That's the biggest thing about music licensing. You can't be married to it. You gotta just make more. Like there's, and that gets your reps up. Like I know it's. I mean, humans are lazy. That's what we want to do is just get the most bang out of our buck. But with music, it's a little different in sync. Yeah, I don't like non-exclusive because like I'm spending the exact amount of time, the same amount of time making that for a smaller possibility or opportunity. Because if it's exclusive, that means that they can charge more for it. It's just scarcity rules for marketing. Is there a clear indication with these libraries to submit to, or is it at random? You have to do your research with the libraries. I talk about that in the PDF. Sending or hiring, what analogy did I use? Hiring a blackjack dealer to perform surgery on your leg is probably not a good idea. So certain libraries specialize in different things. Yeah, so like you have to make sure you're doing your homework even with that list. That's just to help you get started. I just checked out the link. It's not accessible. Where else should I submit my track? The link is accessible. We just had some new people join through. I wonder what's going on. I'll double check that later. How you minimize the amount of plugins, samples you use to keep from making bid ups. What's a bid ups every 4 bars? Oh, you have to chop the samples up differently. We do that kind of stuff all the time on this channel, like live. We like make new samples and stuff like that. These are all good questions, guys. Keep them coming. Yeah, Discord link is there. Let me see here. We got all kinds of people asking questions. Yeah, the link works. That's what I was thinking. It's all good. It's all good. Let's keep moving. Prod Rhino sent us something. Again, I think I might have mentioned it before. If you are sending links, or no, please send links before you send MP3s. It gets you in the practice because people don't. If you send a music library or a music supervisor MP3 attachment, they'll throw it away without listening to it. And I don't want that to happen for you guys. So make sure you send links, get in the practice of it now. What is sync licensing? That's a good question. Sync licensing is basically you allowing a brand, company, or film production studio the allowance to use your music behind moving picture. And the fees for that are pretty lucrative. What genres do you sign with libraries you offer? It doesn't matter. You have to do the homework to find out what they're lacking, or you can ask. And you can also just determine what music to make based off of the market. So that's extremely helpful as well. What do I think about disco? I love disco. Disco is how I pitch most of my stuff. Yes, live feedback submission. That's where I'm listening to all this stuff from. That's where my list is. Excellent. Let's keep moving. Ooh, stereo feels big on this one. That was cool. That minute 30 went by really, really quickly. Great job on this one. With this one's called Secluded. Shorter intro. I think most people get that wrong with sync licensing arrangements. Make sure, what the heck? Get rid of that. Make sure your what am I trying to say? Your intros are quick, to the point, and out the way, so you can get to the hook or some type of groove. Because if you don't, they'll skip. They'll move on to the next one. Yep, I would keep an instrumental version for all your songs. That's a good question. Because you get more utility out of those. Yeah, you can. Or you can use something like Disco, which I need to make a link in my bio so that, because I have a link where you get the first 2 months free. It holds like 500 songs, and it's what most of the industry uses as far as like sending music back and forth and stuff like that. It's extremely helpful. Good. What other questions were on here? Some libraries in the PDF just have an upload button. Normally they'll listen, if they have just an upload button, they'll normally listen to it and then send it, or send you a reply if they dig it or not. Other times it can be a red flag, because if they're just taking everybody's music, then how you know what's being actually used and what's not? That's a little shady. Yeah, this track was a bop. Very eclectic sounds. If you had more ear candy in it, since there's no lyrics, I think that would help make this even a higher production, a higher valued production. But this is top notch. How would I record lyrics without messing up the track? Essentially, what you would need to do is you need to carve the frequencies that the lyrics or the vocal are projecting in the track. You need to carve those frequencies out of the track that the vocals are being put on top of. Does that make sense? So essentially, you are taking a butter knife and carving, I don't know, like a big dip out of, let's just say, 1,000 hertz to like 5,000 hertz. That's where most music is. What up, Yodo? I see you. And then you're going to put the vocal in that little crevice. So now it sounds like the vocal is part of the music instead of it's just on top or in front of it. That's how I like to do it. That's how everyone should do it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Let's see, where am I at now? Oh, OG Kenobi had talked about this, and that was another mix I could piggyback on for sure. The drums, I would say, could use a little reverb. And Super Sam says saturation. That could help too. If you're looking for more of a punchy mix on your drums, that's very, very Good tip. Very good tip. Guys, if you're not part of the Discord, go join because we got people dropping gems through here all the time. It's awesome. Um, but yeah. Awesome. I am going to move to the next one. Super Sam mastered version. Let's hear it. Tori like version 2. Mm-hmm. Jack gets it. Okay, so this one has some potential. I think this has potential. To make it sound more expensive, what I would do, just as a suggestion, this is just artistic decisions here. I would change some of the sound choices. Like for instance, the snare rim sounds a little too electronic for what it could be. Um, I would use maybe more of a wood sound for your snare rim. I think that would help tremendously with making this sound even more realistic. And the same with the other the it's not a shaker I don't think you're using, but like the hi-hat pattern that you have. Let me hear it again. Yeah, like adding some reverb to your percussion sounds would also make it sound more realistic and help the groove kind of feel less robotic. Um, but yeah, I think this has a great vibe to it. I would also add more saturation to your 808s because I'm listening on hi-fi speakers right now that are built for pushing audio out of them, but like most speakers that you hear on consumer grade stuff like a laptop or a phone or a TV, like they wouldn't be able to hear your 808s at all. I guarantee it. Cuz I'm pushing, I think my T5s, my T5Vs only push down to about 60 hertz. Which means that if you want your bass to be heard, it needs to at least, at minimum, be able to be heard at probably like 800. So keep that in mind when you're mixing for sync. Didn't want to miss the live feedback. We do not have that feature as of yet on YouTube, unfortunately, but we will be getting that soon. Subscribe, guys. Let's see here. Ocean to Ocean. I think you're next. One of his favorite songs off a recent project. This song wouldn't be for sync, but any feedback would be welcomed. Okay. If it's not for sync, we're gonna skip it, and then I'll type out my feedback on this one. We're still gonna get you Devark Star. I see you. Oh, we got a video here. Okay, what's we got here? What up, Excalibur? Ooh. That would sound really, and I think that that's becoming the new sound, especially for TV. This was dope. All I would suggest is to maybe use a couple different sounds. Like your 808 should definitely sound way bigger. I don't know if it's just because of the medium that you shared this music on, but yo, this was dope. I like the production on this. I'm going to give it the chili emoji. Ice cold, very dope. Rage, yeah, Rage is definitely like, I think that slowly, it hasn't gone away. Like Bop went away. Drill is kind of fading off because of TikTok, but I think Rage is going to be here to stay for a moment. I hear that stuff still all the time. He said distorted squares go hard. Facts. Facts. Let me see here. Yeah, I love the energy just because it like gives me vibes of what is it? It gives me vibes of future bass. That's what I'm trying to say. Totally. He said drill still going crazy in London. Yeah, well, I mean, it's been there and it had some time to kind of marinate. Over here, it was kind of like microwave and ta-da, we're finished. Anyways, though, let's keep moving. Excalibur, if you're still in the room, come through, bro. I need to get you on an interview. If you guys don't follow Excalibur Zero, go check him out. He helps guys with sync as well. Let's keep moving. Callie, let's see what you got. The bits, though. Space, vibes, rhythm, free instrumental. Okay, so I'm going to critique this if it wasn't out on for licensing, because if you're pitching this to just artists and they have access to it to buy non-exclusively even, there's a fair chance that you won't be able to use this for sync out the gate because it's too accessible. But I'm going to listen anyway. So this is one of the challenges of rhythm and reggae, is making sure that the grooves are there because it's hard to do electronically, but also there's tricks around that though. There's also the factor of like it can't feel too loop based, because if it does, then it's not going to be used for TV. Music supervisors try to stay away from stuff that sounds like a loop, even if it's not. So keep that in mind. Definitely could use some more bass, especially if it's with this kind of stuff. But if that's stylistically what you want to do, that makes sense as well. But I mean, this could easily be used for, especially like what was I going to say? A beach montage for like a reality television show. I would just tighten up the production just a little bit, and this could easily place, especially because we're about to be in that season. Real talk. So awesome. Awesome. Let's keep going. Minsu. Let's see what this sounds like. checking to see something real quick. Yeah. So I think you're skipping half a bar on your arrangement. That could throw the music supervisor and the listeners off tremendously. So make sure that you have the right stuff for your what am I trying to say? As far as your arrangement is concerned. But outside of that, submissions are on the Discord channel, link in bio. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, let me see what other notes did I have? I like the song. I think that it evokes a mood, which is what sync licensing is supposed to do, but the mix is not there yet. It's missing a lot of low end, and I don't know why. It's missing a lot of low, even in the voices. So I would probably try to beef those up a little bit. Check your settings before you render, because I'm guessing that maybe you were testing something, and when you bounced it out, you didn't hear it, because like I mean, it sounds like a great song. I just can't hear a lot of detail in the vocals. So send this back in. I'm curious as to like what you can do with the mix. Let's keep it moving. Alan, did we get you already? I saw another avatar that looked exactly like yours. Okay, Emu and Alan have the same avatar, but they're not the same person. I don't think. Here we go. Ooh, cinematic hip hop, my favorite. My favorite. Respace. Okay, I see you. Okay, cool. Not gonna lie, this sounds dope. I would definitely maybe change the branding on this. This doesn't feel as much as a cinematic hip hop track as what I was expecting. It feels more like a cinematic pop track. Just because of the drums. I didn't feel hip hop from this. But I mean, music is subjective, so my version of hip hop is different from everybody else's. iRig Stream, you got it. Link in bio. I got a link in there so you can grab one. Let me think here. Outside of that, what I'm thinking could be used on this as well is I think your brass synth or your brass patch is too repetitive. Yeah, from here on, I think it sounds pretty much the same. So not just building, but maybe changing the melody ever so slightly would help with creating, when we're making cinematic stuff, because I love making cinematic stuff, I like to try to make sure that there's enough variety so that even if they're not real players in your computer, they don't get bored. You know what I'm saying? From playing in orchestra, I used to hate playing ostinato patterns as a melodic instrument player. So like, you want to make sure that like maybe the rhythm changes, or if you want to keep the same notes, but like make something different so it doesn't feel like you're just layering loops on top of each other when it comes to orchestral like layering in general. Give that same line to a different instrument. Add some different color textures, things of that nature. Outside of that, I mean, this is cool. I think it can get even bigger, like with different sounds. Like for instance, let me see here. I don't know if you guys could hear this, but if you had more cinematic sounds, I think it would definitely help the production of this. Normally what I ask when people start telling me that they do like more cinematic stuff, what are you using? And or what am I trying to say? What not just samples, but what kind of what's the best way to describe it? Yeah, just what kind of sounds are you using? Because oh yeah, what references are you using to listen to as well? Because this stuff, the legit stuff sounds really big and hardcore. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find here's a demo kit. Like it needs to be movie ready. Let me find another example. So like, just keep that in mind. Make sure when you're making stuff like this, have a reference. Please have a reference. That way you can make sure that your stuff sounds just as hard as the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Like these are huge. These are huge sounds, and I definitely think that it would be helpful if you had something like this. Yes, we do one-on-one consulting, link in the bio. Pop rock cinematic. Yeah, I just wouldn't call it hip hop. I wouldn't call it hip hop per se, but like I was saying before, everybody's different. My version of hip hop, cinematic hip hop, is a lot different than this, but to each his own. Let's keep going. John Turry, we got your track here. I met a John earlier today. Nice guy. Really like your voice.
Into my arms she comes, you know she has me undone. No reason for me to fight, and I ain't got time for regret. And I know I can't be wrong.
This song is very expensive. It sounds great. Very good. Yes, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. For sync, I would chop it in half. This song is 4 minutes, 46 seconds. You could do all this in less time if you chopped all your sections in half. It's hard to sync slower energy songs in like advertisements, for instance, but it does happen. It doesn't happen as often because everyone's like, buy this right now. But if you got in touch with the right music supervisor that's working on especially movies that could use this kind of stuff to paint a different mood, this goes hard. It does. So keep that in mind. Yeah, great job. Sounds good. Nice. There you go. How can you submit? Link in the bio. We got a Discord channel. Can you have cuss words in your sync licensing song? I would prefer not. I'm not going to review it, but like I know that HBO Max and stuff, they have started to, and a couple other ones like FX, they've started to use more not vulgar. I guess you could say vulgar language, but they use more explicit music when they're syncing stuff. But you want the most bang for your buck per song. So if I want to use that same song on a commercial, like you never hear swear words in a commercial. So you want to maybe make sure you have a clean version available, especially when you're pitching, so that you can make sure you can get the most money off of that song. Because especially because when you own that song completely, like the master and the composition side, you can sync that song again and again and again and again, over and over and over again with different companies. Because guess what? We're doing. I mean, you can make a lot of money off of one song over multiple placements. Yodo, I see you in there. You've been on the YouTube for a minute. I'm gonna skip down real quick and check out your stuff because we are gonna bow out in a second. Here we go. Let me check you out, bro. We need a clean version, bro. Come back with a clean version. I can't, gosh, dang it. We skipped through here and then I said all that stuff and then he plays the dirty version. I would resubmit a clean version for this for sync because it's got too much swear words that they won't, most music supervisors won't even use it. Especially if you want to use it for an ad, which this could easily be used for because of the energy. Outside of that, the only other thing I could give you as a critique for sync is to make sure that your intro's shorter, because a 30-second intro is not going to catch most attention. But there you go, Yodo. Yeah, send that in again, because this is an educational channel. Can't be having all that. Lazy Dog. Lazy Dog? That's a cool way to spell that. Let's check you out. Oh, this is explicit too. Send in your clean tracks, peeps. All right. So I gotta stop it before he starts swearing, because I got the lyrics right here. This is cool. I think that this can easily be synced just because of the mood that it paints. It would just again be a matter of where, not when, because lower energy songs don't get synced as quickly and easily. But that leaves a lot of space. So this could be used, especially, I could see this on a commercial for sure. Especially in the medical field. They want tracks that are chill like this all the time. I did a diapers ad like a couple months ago that needed a vibe like this. And I also did something on Match that had a vibe like this. So like there's space for you, bro. This is cool. Make sure that your intro's short. Again, like these things are definitely extremely important for sync. Great job. Great job. Sad commercial. Yeah. Reality TV. Good idea, Ari. Totally. Let's keep moving because we got a ton of tracks here, and I want to make sure I get to everybody before I'm over time. Money Jordan. Let's see what you got, bro. Yes, War Rage. Good panning. Good panning. Oh man, come on. No cussing. I gotta make this another rule for everybody on the channel. We gotta make sure send in your clean versions because this was a bop. It sounded like you were doing something with your vocals, whether it be a phaser or a flanger. It's too much because maybe this is what you do. Take a dry version and keep it as the foundation, and then use the phasing effects on the sides so that you still get the effect, but it's still completely understandable. When you mix it the right way and have enough of the dry signal and enough of the wet signal, it'll make it sound real thick. Because if you didn't put a flanger or a phaser on it, that means that you're having phasing issues because you maybe a double, like you copy paste the track and then doubled it. So now it's canceling itself out. So great job. This is a bop. You just got to make sure that you have that clean version because Nike definitely ain't gonna use it if you if you got cussing in it. All right. Keto. This is the name of, how you pronounce this? 3A Gentilias. Let's see what you got, bro. Oh, it's explicit. We got lyrics. Guys, you got to send in your clean versions so that we can make sure that it's ready for sync. Let me see here. The production on this is dope. I think this could be used for sync. It's just, you got to have a clean version. This was dope. The intro was good. You were already 15 seconds in, you were still capturing attention, at least with me. So that's good. And it's short enough for sync too. It's a minute 30 seconds. That is a full track for sync. Nice job. Nice job. Let's keep moving. Third in line. Jack, we haven't played yours yet. I think you're next. We got yours next after this one. Decenti. Maybe I'm saying that incorrectly, but here's 1K Walton. Let's see what he's working with. Very cool album art. Nice stereo field. What's going on, Brandon? This was a bop. Brandon, what's going on, bro? I didn't understand a word he said, but it was awesome. This could easily be used for sync, just like, especially like as a bumper is what we call it, where you're introducing the next scene, especially with like reality TV shows. They do this all the time. The commercial ends from not playing the show, and then you'll get a scene set up. They'll show like, I don't know, reality TV does this a lot, where they'll show like the background or the scene of where they're at. Like maybe a couple's going to a restaurant. They'll show the glass. They'll show the kitchen and like them walking into the door before they start exchanging dialogue. That's when you hear something like this. I really like this song. You got enough ear candy in it. Production is great. I didn't understand the first part. Maybe it was because it was in a different language, but like it wasn't very clear, and that's probably what you intended. But outside of that, great job. Great job. I have no words for this. This works. Nice. Nice. You can send in tracks via Discord. Link in the bio. Join the Discord. We do free live feedbacks. Check us out. Okay, we got a link tree from Jack. I got you, Jack. Let's listen. Is this a pre-save link? Oh, it's on Spotify already? Yes, sir. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You said what? Oh, it is clean. This is cool. This is cool. I would challenge you to create more movement and dynamic contrast. So that helps the music build a lot more, and it gives the editors for whoever's chopping your song up for the placement, it gives them more things to work with. Does that make sense? Because I mean, outside of that, this is a cool song. I think your lyrics work. I would need more development. So ear candy, risers, some type of cool drum fill that I didn't see coming or expect because it wasn't part of the drum set. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that will easily make this even more syncable. A driving bass line, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little too far on the artistic side of suggestions, but like this, the foundation is here. I think this works. Maybe even making your drums a little more punchy so that it can work more in the advertisement side of things can help tremendously. There's a lot more. Okay. So that's another thing I was going to mention is that 15 seconds in for a sync song, you need to make sure you're building towards a chorus, or you're adding a lot of extra elements such as rhythmic elements and things of that nature to keep the person interested in the song. Because think about it, 15 seconds, the commercial might be over already. You know what I'm saying? And no one got, I mean, if I was a music supervisor and I would do this, I would look at the waveform and skip in different spots to check out what the song does. But if I'm on a deadline, and this is why I like doing this way, I'll listen to the first 30 seconds. And if it doesn't pop, like I can't use it. I got tons of other music I can look through. You see what I'm saying? So like it's super important to make sure that you give as many moments in that in that 60-second range. You know what I'm saying? This is your first production for. Oh yeah, nice. Self-produced. I see you. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. So, I mean, for sync licensing, it can work. It paints a mood, and that's what sync licensing music's supposed to do. But it could be formatted a bit better so it could be more likely synced. You want those placements, man. These placements are 4-figure minimums. Okay, we got, how many more we got? We got a couple more, but I think Yodo was the last one because he submitted today. So I'm gonna do a couple more, and then we'll break and we'll do this again next week. All this sounds great, guys. Keep submitting stuff. Oh, we're already overtime. I think we're gonna end it here. Jack, nice job. We will be back every Friday. We do these live listening sessions. Oh, you just put 2 clean ones in? We'll listen to Yodo. We'll listen to Yodo next time because it's dinner time. Wifey's calling my name. So I will catch you guys later. This was dope. If you have any questions, I read all my comments. So make sure you let me know if you want to learn anything else about sync licensing. I think in the next couple of weeks, I will actually be doing a webinar kind of deal with at least showing you guys how to get started with sync licensing. I think it'd be super duper helpful. My next live for feedback is going to be Friday, but I will be doing more live sessions with just making music for sync probably all next week, every day around this time. So come through. It's always a vibe. We're always talking about sync, business, and all that kind of stuff. It was a pleasure. And since I said that, let's hit that outro.